Noah Lyles, the Olympic champion, the fastest man in America, Sha'Carri Richardson, the most recognizable sprinter on the planet. They ran the fastest relay times in the world. Team USA named its World Relays roster, and neither name appeared. The two fastest Americans alive just got left behind. Here is what happened. April 18, 2026. Percy Beard Track, Gainesville, Florida. The Tom Jones Memorial Invitational is a college meet. It is not a world championship. It is not a Diamond League. It is a Saturday afternoon event hosted by the University of Florida, where professional athletes enter through an Olympic development category to test their fitness. Noah Lyles, Olympic 100-meter champion, four-time world champion in the 200 meters, the man who returned from illness at the Paris Games to win gold by 5,000ths of a second, anchored a relay squad to 37.78 seconds in the 4x100. That was the fastest time in the world in 2026. Not fastest for April, fastest of the entire year. On the women's side, Sha'Carri Richardson anchored a squad featuring Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, Anavia Battle, and Kayla White to 41.70 seconds. Another world-leading mark, and something more specific than that. The women's 4x100 relay gold medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics was run in 41.78. This team, on this Saturday in April, ran 0.08 of a second faster than Olympic gold. Before the Diamond League, before the national championships, before anyone in the sport was supposed to be running times like that. 3 days later, both names were gone from the official roster. To understand why their absence cuts so deep, you need to understand what they have already done. Noah Lyles is 28 years old. He grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, the son of parents who ran track. He has struggled with asthma and, publicly, with his mental health. He has spoken more openly about anxiety and depression than almost any male sprinter in the sport's history. He has built a persona that combines elite performance with magnetic self-confidence and a willingness to say what other athletes are thinking, but will not say out loud. He called himself the greatest. He called out football players. He won Paris gold by 5,000ths of a second. Days later, he ran an Olympic 200-meter final with COVID and dragged himself to a bronze. Sha'Carri Richardson is 26 years old. She grew up in Dallas, Texas, raised by her grandmother after her mother left. She wore acrylic nails on the track when everyone said she could not. She tested positive for cannabis after her grandmother died during the Tokyo 2021 Olympic trials and served her suspension without making excuses. She came back and became a triple world champion. She ran on grass in rural Australia in April 2026 at a 120-meter handicap race called the Stawell Gift. Started from scratch with the entire field in front of her and won. Then she showed up in Gainesville and anchored faster than Olympic gold. On April 21st, USA Track and Field confirmed 18 athletes for the World Athletics Relays in Gaborone, Botswana. The event runs May 2nd and 3rd at the Botswana National Stadium. The men's 4x100 lineup. The USA is still sending 18 athletes across 6 relay events. That depth is genuine. But the names that define what this program looks like to the rest of the world are all at home. Lyles has done this before. He skipped the 2025 World Athletics Relays in Guangzhou, China, before returning to competition months later at the Monaco Diamond League. The last time he appeared at this event was 2024, when he helped the USA win gold. The pattern is not random, it is a calculation. Gaborone is not Monaco. Getting from the United States to Botswana means a transatlantic flight followed by a connection into southern Africa, over 20 hours of travel each direction. The recovery time on the other side cuts directly into training. And the financial math is unforgiving. World Athletics offers $40,000 in prize money for a first-place finish, split across a relay squad of 4. That is $10,000 each before taxes, before agent fees, before the cost of the trip itself. A single Diamond League appearance fee in Monaco can exceed that for a star athlete before they ever reach the start line. The calendar tells the story. The Outdoor Diamond League runs through July and August. The World Athletics Ultimate Championships in Budapest arrive late in the summer. The 2027 World Championships in Beijing are already on the horizon. Every flight, every time zone change, every race that is not on that critical path is a risk calculation. According to reports, it is simply difficult to find top-tier American athletes willing to go. That sentence should be alarming. It is. The World Relays is not an exhibition. It is a qualifier. Top 12 finishers in the 4x100 and 4x400 events advance to the 2027 World Athletics Championships in Beijing. The United States is the most successful nation in the history of this event. Around 27 gold medals, 38 total medals. No other country is close. In Guangzhou, the USA men's 4x100 team ran 37.66 seconds with their second-string squad. South Africa ran 37.61 and won gold. At an event where none of the World Championship starters were competing, the USA nearly lost to a South African team that ran the race of its life. The margin of complacency is 0.05. That is worth repeating. Relay chemistry is not automatic. It is built repetition by repetition, exchange by exchange. Paris 2024 proved what happens when it breaks down. A team with the fastest individuals on the planet was eliminated before the race was decided because the fundamental skill of the relay, transferring a metal cylinder cleanly at speed inside a 20-meter zone, failed at the moment it could not. The lesson from Paris should have been this: chemistry is not a given. You build it or you risk it. Skipping the chemistry building meet in May and expecting it to appear in the World Championships final in August is the same mistake. This edition of the World Relays carries weight that no previous edition did. Gaborone 2026 is the first time this championship has ever been held in Africa, the first time the African continent hosts a World Athletics Series event of this scale. Sebastian Coe, the president of World Athletics, described it as a landmark moment for the sport's relationship with Africa. Letsile Tebogo, Olympic 200-meter champion, the most electric sprinter in Botswana's history, will race in front of a home crowd that has never seen anything like this before. The stadium will be loud. The moment is historic. And the United States will arrive without the two athletes who, 3 days before the roster was named, proved they were running at the highest level in the world. On April 21, 2026, the United States announced its 18-athlete roster for the World Athletics Relays in Botswana, notably excluding Lyles and Sha'Carri Richardson. Just days earlier in Gainesville, both sprinters proved their peak readiness by posting world-leading times. Their absence highlights the modern reality of elite sprinting. Stars protect their seasons, skipping crucial chemistry-building meets. The burden now falls on the athletes traveling to Gaborone to perfect the baton exchanges the stars will ultimately need. Team USA arrives as defending champions in name only, leaving the remaining squad to uphold the standards set back home.